Hey Rob, it is March 2nd, and it is Dr. Suess Day, which is a wonderful day, especially when you get to spend part of your day in a school. I've decided in honor of Dr. Suess Day, I'm going to read from two of my favorite Dr. Seuss books from one of these lovely compilations of Dr. Seuss. At the far end of town where the grickle grass grows, and the wind smells sweet and sour when it blows, and no birds ever sing, excepting old crows, is the street of the lifted Lorax. And deep in the grickle grass, some people say, if you look deep enough, you can still see today, where the Lorax once stood, just as long as it could before somebody lifted the Lorax away. What was the Lorax, and why was it there? And why was it lifted and taken somewhere from the far end of town where the grickle grass grows? The old Onceler still lives here. Ask him. He knows. You won't see the Onceler, don't knock at his door. He stays in his lurkin, on top of his store. He lurks in his lurkin, under the roof, where he makes his own clothes, out of miffed-muffed moof. And on special dank midnights in August he peeks out of the shutters, and sometimes he speaks, and tells how the Lorax was lifted away. And he'll tell you, perhaps, if you're willing to pay. On the end of a rope he lets down a tin pail, and you have to toss in 15 cents, a nail, and the shell of a great-great-great-grandfather snail. He pulls up the pail, makes a most careful count to see if you've paid him the proper amount. Then he hides what you've paid him away in his snub, his secret strange hole in his grovelous glove. Then he grunts, I will call you by whispermaphone, for the secrets I tell you are for your ears alone. This is from the story The Lorax, which gets much brighter, at least temporarily, as the Lorax pleads for the trees. Why does the Lorax plead for the trees, Rob? Rob, the Lorax pleads and speaks. He speaks for the trees because the trees have no tongues. That's one of the Dr. Seuss books that my sister and I can actually quote from heart, at least the beginning of it, due to summer camp when we were little kids, being able to watch that every year, because they made us watch it every year. And we did. Is cutting down the truffula trees really worth it, Rob? Is it? Really, once we cut down the truffula trees, all of the fish are gonna leave. And that's just not okay with me. Another one of my favorite Dr. Seuss books ever is Green Eggs and Ham. I'm just gonna read the beginning and the end of Green Eggs and Ham. I am Sam. Sam I am. That Sam I am. That Sam I am. I do not like that Sam I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. Do you like them here or there? I would not like them here or there. I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. This guy has some issues. Completely unwilling to try new things. My favorite moment of the book, him looking at the green eggs and ham, inquisitive, not knowing how to feel. Say, I like green eggs and ham. I do, I like them, Sam I am. And I would eat them in a boat, and I would eat them with a goat, and I will eat them in the rain, and in the dark, and on a train, and in a car, and in a tree. They are so good you see. I will eat them in a box, and I will eat them with a fox, and I will eat them in a house, and I will eat them with a mouse, and I will eat them here and there. Say, I will eat them anywhere. I do like green eggs and ham. Thank you. Thank you, Sam I am. You know, you may actually wonder why I think it's important that we celebrate Dr. Seuss Day, and the reason I think that it is important is because one of the biggest things that I think he did was encourage people to read, with books that were simple, with books that were silly, with books that actually got kids to think reading could be enjoyable. I really enjoy Dr. Seuss as an author, and I'm 24 years old. I hope I never feel like I'm too cool to actually fully enjoy Dr. Seuss. Let's face it, Dr. Seuss is kind of awesome. Green Eggs and Ham gets us to think about trying new things. But what's amazing about Green Eggs and Ham is this book only uses 49 words. I can remember having Green Eggs and Ham, the book, growing up, and I can remember that book cover was completely torn apart. By the time that my brother and sister had gotten done with that book and that it was passed down to me, it was a very well-loved book, and I loved it just as much as they did, so I'm sure I probably caused much of that cover wear. I know Dr. Seuss helped encourage me to be a better reader. I hope he encouraged you to be a better reader, Rob. I just hope that we never take ourselves too seriously, that we can sit down and enjoy a good book by Dr. Seuss. Rob, I'll see you Friday.